talking about my transition, the switch it up I was telling you about. So what I'm going to be doing for the next 6 months, I'm doing restrictive resistance training with bands the whole way through.
2 years later.
Yeah, I really took too long to make this video. For training programs, meal plans, and coaching, make sure you check out Khpfitness and training.com. What's going on, my fitness seekers all over the world? Khpfitness here with another video for you. This is a follow-up, as you saw in the beginning of the video, of measurements I took when I first started doing the under sun fitness and going the band route. And in the video, I talked about a injury that I sustained, and not really an injury, more of a tweak, because I didn't tear any ligaments or anything of that nature. But one time I was doing some presses from the floor with 80 pounds, right? And the first round I got them up pretty smooth. As I attempted again, the second round, my left hand actually buckled a little bit, but I didn't think anything of it. I was like, hey, just maybe I just took it off on the side and I just did it incorrectly when I was pushing it up. It happens. Like when you're trying to stabilize, these kind of things do happen. What actually happened on the third round was crazy, because I went up, and as I was going up, my arm just completely gave out. So that was a big thing. And I was like, huh. But as I did that, I got numbness all through my hand, and I couldn't really like grip anymore after that. But I was like still trying to muscle it up, but it just wasn't going for me. So I finally just dropped it down. And after that, my hand was completely tweaked up, man. I couldn't grip. I couldn't even grip anything with like 5 or 10 pounds, like less known trying to grip the bar again with heavy weight. So after experiencing that, I started to look into like safer ways to go, not having to go to the gym. And, I didn't want to use a bunch of cable machines or pay for a membership just to go and use cable machines, take it easy on the heavy lifting for a little bit. I went ahead and looked up Under Sun and got myself a pair of bands, even before the affiliations and all that. I just wanted to try it out. It was very interesting to me, and I was very skeptical, just like everybody else, to see if it really worked. So I wanted to try it. So what I did, I set up a plan to train with them for 6 months to see how it felt, and if it didn't feel any good or anything, I would go back to weight training, just have to go maybe a little bit more high reps, something of that nature. But at the end of the day, it worked out. Here I am almost 3 years later. I say 2 years later on the beginning, because at the end of the day, it hasn't been August. August is when I started. That would actually make it officially 3 years that I've been working with the bands. And I think I'm still holding out pretty well when it comes down to that. So what I'm going to do for you guys right now is I'm going to take snippets from the old videos. Please forgive the editing. From the old video clips that I had, and measure it up to how I'm holding out now. Have I made gains? Have I lost gains? Because it's easy for me to say, have I, that I've gained muscle and such, and I have seen more detail, but with the factors of you going up and down, fluctuating through weight, there can be some misconceived notions that happen. That could be something that I'm not paying attention to. But at the end of the day, I wanted to go ahead and put it on pen and paper, see how it goes, put the measurements in, and then just see how that compares to what I was saying in the older video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go to the clips. If you can read that, that's the Mayo tape, man. It's really accurate. I love this thing. I use it for all my clients and gets me where I need to be. So I'm gonna measure from the neck first, shoulders, chest, biceps, around the waist, around the navel area, quads and calves. All right, 15. So on shoulders, neck, it's about 49. I'm gonna go from pit to pit. My lady just walked in like, what the hell are you doing? Just giving my measurements before I get my resistance in. 41 chest area, 41.5. About 15 unflex on my right, I'm on my left arm. So we got 15.2 on that side. All right, waist time. I'm gonna go unflex for this so you guys can see my beer belly. 34.8 for me. Going for the glutes next. All right, we got 41.5 on that. I'm gonna go legs next. 25.6 on my right. That's the ACL tear leg. All right, we got 25.6. Look at that. Built it back up. I'm so surprised. And I'm not gonna do calves, guys. I'm very subconscious about my calves, so don't be trying to diss me. No, I'm just playing. Let me go ahead and get it. So calves, oh, bigger than they used to be. Used to measure at 14s, now they're at 15.5s on one leg. About the same. So that's the full measurements, guys. So now you know. When I went to the clinic I go to, the plasma clinic, they said it was at 214. Now that you guys know that. Back to the present day. See how I took y'all back 2 years ago? Man, I got magical powers, man. Now that we're back in 2022, I wanted to go ahead and show you the measurements. And I put them side by side here. I don't know if you can see it on the paper, but I put them side by side and I'll just read them off to you guys on what improvements I made. Have I lost anything? Have I gained anything? And you go ahead and make your judgment call on that and tell me how the bands hold up to weight training in general. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a side by side of my current measurements along with the current app that I use to track this. Cause I want to have to write everything down all the time. You write in the midst of it, but I didn't want to write it the whole way through. All right, so reading this off of the paper, guys. So first off, this is from August 2018 to currently 2022 February is where we are right now. February 7th, I think. February 6th. That's what we are. And keep in mind too, guys, this is based off of my damn near maximum genetic potential. I have went from 165 pounds. I am now 213 pounds as of recording this to you. So right there is one thing too. In the video, I was 214 is how was the last measurement I got when I went to the clinic. And when I measured myself off of this, which is today, I'm 213. So even being a pound less, my neck measurements were 15 inches, 2018. My neck measurements are now at 15.5. So that's a 0.5 increase in my neck measurements there. Shoulders, I went from 49.0 to 51.1. That's a huge gain for me there in the shoulder areas. I was always pretty lagging in the shoulders. So that's a big thing for me to go up that much, 2.1 points, or should I say inches, when it comes down to my shoulders. When it comes to my bust, that's 41.5 in 2018, 42.3 currently. And so that's a 0.8 increase in inches. So all up so far, guys. Waist, 34.8. I'm actually at 34.5 currently when I just relax my stomach area as well. So that's a good place you want to be. You want to be decreasing in your waist size, but gaining, and that's a good way to go about it as well. Hips, I went from 41.5 inches to 42.2 inches. That's a plus 0.7 on that for inches when it comes to that department. Biceps went up a little bit too. So right arm 15.2, left arm 15 inches. Then we have the 15.8, so that's a 0.6 jump, and then 15.5, which is a 0.5 jump. So an increase in that area too. Thigh area, I was at a 25.6 on my right leg, 25.6 on my left leg, so pretty equal, and they both went up to 26 inches. So increments, man, that's 0.4 and an increment jump on that particular. So all up so far. Last but not least, the calves, guys. So let's see how I did on that. So I was at 15.5 on my calves, and that's on right and left leg. And now I'm at a 16 flat on the right and left. So a 0.5 jump on that particular. There you have it. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys that and show it on the side of how I increased on that. So wanted to go ahead and just let you know that I've definitely been working, pushing hard, and making the most out of these bands, man. And I just be a real good thing to give to people to let them know that they can make increases, because I can definitely, it's cool to see people improve too, like my clients and stuff, building muscle on them is the most important thing to me. But still being able to be almost 3 years older than I was, and still almost 38 years old, and still being able to put on some size, even within a 2-year basis, even with ups and downs, sometimes not training as hard as I want to, but increasing and developing and programming the way I do has increased my muscle tone and my muscle mass on my body. So that's a good thing, man. That's a really good thing. I'm very pleased with these numbers. Like I said, they're increments. People thinking, oh, you should gain like 4 or 5 inches. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works when you're pretty close to your genetic potential as a natural lifter. Well, that's all I got for you guys today, man. I'm so glad for you to watch this. I hope that you, if you're not doing it, give bands a try. Because as I said, when it comes down to, you know, what stimulus is what, because like I said, iron, water, it doesn't matter. The body only knows stimulus. So if you give it enough stimulus and you put enough consistency, enough effort, and you're going to get a winning package to put you in the best position to get some muscle growth. What I'm going to do from this point, I don't know how much more changes I can make, but I will compare them to what I have now to what I'm going to do. It's my birthday. I'll be turning 38 in June on the 17th. So from this day, February 6th to the 17th, I want to eat as clean as possible. I want to make sure I'm getting at least 4 to 5 workouts a week and just see how I compare and contrast. I'm also going to be setting a goal to get down to about 205. I like that weight. I like how it looks. It makes me look very aesthetic. And I feel still pretty good at that. Maybe get down to 200. We'll see. I'm going to take it 10 pounds at a time. So right now, I'm, 213, so got about 8 pounds or so to lose, but who knows? Maybe I'll even take it down further than that. You know, I'll probably even drop down to 200. We'll see how I do. I'm going to be marking it, and I'll make a video for month to month just to show my progress, and this will keep me accountable for what I need to do as well. I appreciate this so much for you guys watching this, and I'm glad you were able to go ahead and share this with me. And I got one more thing for you. If you're interested in coaching, meal plans, and training programs, make sure you go ahead and check those out. I have those for you, 3, 4, 5 day splits or more if you need to, but don't go too crazy, guys. As I always say, you know, unless you're competing or something like that, but your body needs rest. So if you're getting the nutrition and you're getting everything else with that, you're gonna get a good combination. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, share this video, and keep watching, man, because I got more stuff coming for you guys in the near future. Thank you again for watching. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.